I talked about earlier in the week that we were just going to evaluate every phase of our program. And what was key is that we have to get this program on track. We got to do a better job of coaching. We got to get our players better prepared. And there's no reason for us to go out and perform at the level we've been performing at. There's no reason at all. Expect more, want more. The fans deserve more. The alums deserve more. All our letter winners deserve more. It's been a lot of players that have come through this program that's played for the pride, has played for the tradition, and it really means something to them. And that's what we had to get our focus back to, and our players need to start understanding that. Our coaching staff need to start understanding that. And so when we talk about evaluation and just looking at the whole program, Jay Norvell would take over the play calling duties. Sean will concentrate on our quarterbacks. We have young quarterbacks that need to get developed, and he will take care of the quarterbacks. And Joe will concentrate on our offensive line. We have 2 freshman offensive linemen that are starting, and we need a lot of work there. And we just need to continue. We have to get better. We need to continue to move forward. And it is all about productivity. It's about building a program and building it the right way.
Charlie, what went into this, and what convinced you of changes you made?
Well, it's about productivity, and just sat down and just came to that conclusion of we just need better, and we have to do better.
How hard of a decision was it for you to make?
It was a tough decision because Sean and I and Joe, we go, we've been friends for a long time, but you have to do what's best for the program right now.
How did Sean take it, Charlie?
Well, they're both are upset, and they should be when they're competitors. When you're a competitor, you do get upset, but they truly understood.
What about Jay makes him the ideal choice as a new play caller?
Well, Jay has been familiar with the spread coming from Oklahoma, and so he has done it, and we just want to make sure that we talk about an up-tempo offense, and that's what everyone wants to see, and it's still about just making sure you play with good fundamentals and technique, and making sure that we can move the football.
Coach, Jay also has experience with more mobile quarterbacks, and Gerard is one of those. Is there a chance that Gerard could have a better chance to succeed with Jay as a play caller?
Well, both quarterbacks are going to have to play, and they're both going to have to succeed, and because we want to play both of them. And has always been in consideration, Gerard, and I know he didn't play the second half the other night, but that's always been a part of our game plan.
Coach, did you make that decision before your conversation with Sean Watson, or did you make it based off of a conversation and you felt like it was kind of going a different direction?
Well, I had a conversation just with the whole offensive staff, and so once I had that conversation, we just knew that something needed to be done.
Is this something that you gave thought to in the off season, that if I don't see change, I got to make a change right away?
Well, when you think about change, and for some guys it's very uncomfortable, and sometimes that you have to look at what you're trying to do, and you just want to make sure that if someone isn't comfortable doing what you like to do, then if someone on your staff can do it, then you try to place that person in that position.
In hindsight, would it have made more sense to go the full off season with Jay as your play caller, spring ball, preseason camp, as opposed to almost wasting that time?
Well, I don't think we wasted any time because he was still a part of it, so I don't think we wasted any time at all.
Charlie, are you confident that Sean will want to stay on the staff for the rest of the season?
Oh, without a doubt.
How different will the offense be, or is it just play calling that Norvell's coming in and doing?
It's just play calling. I don't think the offense, I mean, we got to tweak something. We got to run the football, but it's just tweaking. But it's not like you come in and just overhaul the offense is put in. So now it's just all about just, being in a position to go call it and do those things. And you look at it, our quarterbacks are so young and they need a lot of work. So, that's a major job right there, just trying to get those two guys and get them in the right system and get them going the right way.
Charlie, did Sean ever indicate to you, either in the preseason or here lately, that this wasn't what he's done, calling plays in the spread? And he is a West Coast traditional passing guy. Has he ever said, hey, I don't know if I can do that? Or?
No, he never said he can't do it because when you coach, and his background is the West Coast. I mean, he has that background, but Sean's a team player. You know, he's going to do anything that he has to do to make sure that we're successful.
Did you have any thoughts, maybe even before coming into the season, that a change should be made because Sean because he was coaching a different kind of offense?
No, all those guys have worked together because if you look at it, Jay has that background. Even Wick was in that background at Oklahoma State. Then coming in, those guys have been in that background, and so they understand.
Are you decided on starting quarterback?
I have not decided on starting quarterback. We will go through this week, and at the end of the week, we'll make that decision.
Charlie, to be clear, Jay is the sole play caller. It's not a shared play calling duty.
Jay is the sole play caller. It is not shared.
Charlie, you made a change at Louisville early in the season, when you were there. How difficult is it for Jay coming into this situation, though, when he's not used to it and trying to fix all the things that were wrong against Notre Dame?
But see, Jay, he's a part of the staff, so he sees it, and he sees the big picture. So it's not like, all of a sudden we bring in someone who hasn't been here, and he was here during the spring, and, he came aboard in January. So it's not like, all of a sudden you go get this new guy and he hasn't been a part of your staff and you bring him in, now you try to get him up to speed. No, he's been a part of it, so he sees it and he knows how we can improve.
Charlie, going forward, what is your hope in terms of the identity of this offense and how this offense can win games?
We need to get first down, score some points.
But is that, you talked about trying to establish the run game, is that your hope that
Well,
fix this week?
you have to be balanced, and you need to run the football, and you need to take care of the football. But it's all about making sure that the playmakers touch the ball. We have some playmakers, and the ball need to be spread out and get the ball in their hands, and watch. And you just got to watch just a total improvement. And productivity is so crucial. You won't see productivity also.
I don't expect you to throw them under the bus, but what were you not seeing from the play calling aspect that you said it needed to be changed?
Well, it's not so. You had to be very familiar with what you're doing. You had to be very comfortable with what you're doing, and you want to see. We go in January and you change, and then all of a sudden you want to see when you jump out to that first game, you want to see some positive results, and you don't want to go backwards. And so we have to. When we talk about change, we want to see it, and because we have the guys, let's go get it done.
You've spoken about 97% or whatever high school kids in the state want to play the spread, do play the spread.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't you come here and run the spread from the get-go? Why take a year and then come to that evaluation? Now we're here today with play callers.
Well, you look at it, and it's not like even you think about last season, what we did. It was more of when you look at the total recruiting process. Because even last season, we scored points in games. I think K-State we didn't score any, and then you look at the bowl game, but we scored points. So it wasn't so much of what we did in the past didn't work. Because it still comes down to fundamentals, and it's come down to just placing the ball in the right people's hand. Because whatever offense you run, you can be successful running it. Whether it be the spread, whether you look at teams across the country. Everybody does different things, and everybody does a version. But it's all about getting the ball in the right people's hands.
Charlie, Steve Patterson said today that he talked to you, but that your staff is completely your decision. Was this totally your decision to remove Sean?
Yeah, I didn't have to talk to. Steve's my boss, but I didn't have to talk to him about it.
What was Jay's reaction to the news that he was going to be taking over? Did he come to you beforehand saying, "I can help you if you need"?
No, he didn't. He didn't come to me at all. I just I went in and told the staff what we were going to do and talked to each one of them. I just felt that was a thing to do.
Did you tell the staff before practice or at practice or after?
No, but this was before practice.
Coach, you always said, last year 6 and 7 is not acceptable. Is this kind of a reflection of this decision that losing is not acceptable for you?
No, we had to get better. We had to move this program forward. You can't take a step backwards, and what you have to do is just make sure that everything is about building the program, and everything is geared toward the program, and it's geared toward the team. and it's a team effort, you know, on all sides with all phases.
Charlie, how close were you to making this decision when you spoke to us Monday morning? Were you still going through it, or did you just want to take a night and sleep on it before you came to this decision?
Well, I ain't had a chance to sleep, so we've been no sleep on it. No, it's always tough because when you have to set aside your friendship, and you have to do what's best for the program and what's best for the university, and you have men in the room, and they understand. I mean, they truly understand, but when you have somebody who fights you on it, which didn't get any fight at all, then it's never an easy transition because sometimes guys do get their egos hurt, but it wasn't about trying to get anyone's egos hurt. It's about fixing the problem, and you either accept a problem or you divorce yourself from it, or you just let it go, and I couldn't let it go. I mean, it's just too many people involved, and this university's too big for that to happen. And I couldn't do it. I wouldn't be doing my job.
Charlie, you got a young team. How much of this decision was making sure that you got the young guys focused and that they see that you are doing something to fix the problem?
I don't think the players, they did. It wasn't weighed in with them because they're going to go as we go and they're going to do as we tell them to do, and they don't even, half the time they just, most of them just want the ball in their hands, so they just want to figure out how you can get it to them. So I don't think to them it's, it won't be a big deal with them.
Who all will be in
Couple more guys?
Who will be in the press box? Will Jay be there with
Well-
other people?
Well, we haven't decided that. Sean, that's where he's been, and Jay has been on the field, and it's all about your personality. When I was a defensive coach, I wanted to be on the field because when I got mad, I wanted guys to see me, and it's all about who can rally the guys, and when things do go bad, who can be there, and like if you need to say some things shouldn't be said, at least you can get in their face.
You don't know where Sean will be yet.
No, we haven't made that decision yet.
Will Jay be speaking with us after games and on Tuesdays?
Yes, he will be. All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.